What is going on with this shit?
Looks like he's wrapped up.
Okay. And blah 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 blah. What are you talking about? Live streaming isn't available right now. What? What? Yeah, see, that's that old bullshit.
Yeah, and it says Rules of Nerdquisition. It says it's live, but
Okay.
it's scheduled.
Alright. Okay.
This is so weird. Why are all these nerds having so many problems?
Oh, jeez. This is just, I don't know. The inconvenience of convenience. Right?
Here we go.
Right?
We're live on Rules.
Okay, well, I'm alright with that.
See us there. As far as Ghost Claw.
Let's see, as far as Ghost Claw. The Ghost Claw. We should be live on Ghost Claw. We should be. And
So when I click on it, it says one waiting, scheduled for January 5th, 2025.
well, I suppose that'd be yes.
But it's not actually live, it just says waiting.
So, but see, it's just now it's talking about Superplex Party, but it's like no, it's not Superplex Party. It is the Rules of Nerdquisition. I don't know what's going on.
Nerdquisition. And yes, for anyone joining in on the Raja.
On the Raja. So we're live.
Thing.
So we're getting us stuff.
He's Gretchen or something like that. We're having technical difficulties.
So we're getting it all squared away. We're getting it squared away. You know. But we're live everywhere else except for Close Call Radio on the YouTubes, but everywhere else we're good. We're live on the Raja. We're live on the Rules of Nerdquisition YouTube. We're live on our TikTok. No, not on our TikTok because we're not on TikTok. We don't have enough to go live on TikTok just yet. But we are live on Instagram and everywhere else in between.
Yeah, usually when we go live on TikTok, we do it through the GCPR.
Yeah. And for whatever, I don't know how or why, but flipping Helpdesk got GCPR banned, and I was like, how and why?
What?
Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I don't understand. Like Thomas says, let this app die.
Just
let
it go. Like also, just let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. So let's see. You know what? Let me try this one more time. Because there's always problems with connecting with Instagram.
Did we do it on GCPR? Did we do it?
I do believe so.
So for me, it says two waiting. We're still live on Rules of Nerdquisition, though.
Yep. So
I don't know what.
I refreshed every day, so it disconnected, reconnected. So if there's anything as far as our live on Rules, it'll be like just a few seconds where it'll glitch, but other than that, no, it is not a thing. Oh, anyways, I suppose eventually it will. I'm not sure what.
There's 6 people waiting now.
I don't understand what's going on with this. I don't
That's
get
where
it.
all of our watchers are. All our viewers are on Ghost Claw.
Right? So it's like, I don't know. Maybe it'll catch up, I guess. I'm not sure. What's going on with it, man? What's going on with your mans?
I'll throw a little. I don't know if they can see in the chat.
I don't know.
Even though it's still waiting, I'll throw it out there. Just saying, hey, check out Rules of Nerdquisition on YouTube. GCPR YouTube is giving us issues for some reason.
Yes, I don't know why.
But it is. It's 3:07. It is January 5th, 2025. This was the first episode of Rules of Nerdquisition for the year of 2025.
In the year of our RQ, 2025.
The year of RQ. In the year of Primus. We are 1 month away from our 1 year anniversary of this show.
What? Yeah. And for anybody that's hearing the trills and the barks and the huffs and the snuffs and the puffs and the huffs, that would be my number one. That's my little dog Cupcake. She's my princess.
Yeah, that's awesome though. I mean,
but right now she's being a little bit annoying, and I don't know why. What? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? What do you? I don't understand. What you mean? You already had a treat. Nope. Stop it. You stop. Go lay down. Go lay down. Daddy's talking to a friend. Go lay down. And uh-oh. What in the hell? What is going on? What just happened?
Am I back?
Oh, yes. I got scared for a second because
yeah, I got a warning that said your internet connection is unstable. And I've been having issues with my internet for the last couple of days because of this winter storm that never happened.
Oh.
I even got like preemptive texts from Spectrum. They're like, just warning you, you might have service outages. I'm like, but nothing happened. It's not even windy. What?
That's
I've got a thing of snow.
That's Spectrum.
As I was saying, when I got disconnected, we are 1 month away from our 1 year anniversary of this show, and that is saying something for a podcast. We are 30 some episodes in, 1 month away from our 1 year anniversary. I never thought we would get here, but here we are,
and we're going strong, and still have plans, and the show is going to grow. We're going to keep growing, and we're just going to see it. We're going to ride this wave out, see how far we go with it. Absolutely.
Yeah, so, and we're only like 1 or 2 seasons into Star Trek, the original series. We have so far.
Yeah. So
far.
But today we are talking about Star Trek original series episode number 5 of season 2, The Apple. As if
this episode is absolutely ridiculous, but it does have, in its redeeming quality, a lot of action.
That it does.
A lot of things going on, and a good moral story.
So, yes,
but I mean, we should just get into it.
It has a lot of visual representations of things. There's that. So needless to say, when it opens up where Kirk and a landing party is beaming down to a planet and everything is beautiful, perfect, a paradise in Eden, if you will. You see what I did there? Eden. So
I wonder if the title has something to do with that analogy.
It's interesting. So they beam down into this planet where it's a lot of flowers, a lot of growth and foliage. And here's the thing. All right, my only. All right,
Just say it. You know where you're.
So it opens up when Spock is doing his thing, looking around, and he picks up the rock. He splits it in half, throws it, and it blows up. My first instinct is like, why didn't it blow up when he split it in half? That was. Don't you think like actually splitting it in half would be, enough of a force to boom I'm just saying.
That is a valuable and honest question to ask. And this is also after actually the first of many red shirts in this episode to die.
Yes,
is pierced through the heart by the poison barbed flower.
he was
Like, I'm sorry, if I'm walking through a forest and a big flower comes up and starts turning towards me, I'm duck and covering.
right, but he ended up being like the song "Shot Through the Heart."
Watch this. We're just having so many problems today. Get this one. Here's a good one.
Recording in progress.
We are so out of our element today. We are so off.
We're getting better. We're
recap.
a little bit better than last week.
A little bit better than last week. Just a quick recap for anybody who's going to listen to this on Spotify or now Apple Podcasts, as we are now on there. We're recapping Star Trek Season 2, the original series, the episode The Apple. I'm Gretchen. He's Gilbert. You know that. We do our thing.
Absolutely.
And red shirts will die today.
Lots of red shirts.
Not 2. Not 3. 4. 4.
4.
And I just want to say that, like, this is a weird episode because Chekhov is, like, super horny.
Right?
But Kirk isn't.
And it's like, shouldn't that be the other way around? It's like, come. And Chekhov.
My guy.
Chekhov. He was he was laying on that accent. He was laying on that accent thick. Because he knows. Guys with an accent
so thick that like he's leaning into Yeoman Landon. I mean, and don't get me wrong, good looking girl. He's excited, but Kirk literally had to walk over to him and be like, "Look, we are not here to explore human biology."
And
like he
first
had to
thing
tell
is
somebody else that,
right? And I'm thinking to myself, really? This is coming from you, Captain, really?
You?
From you, really? The green women, Captain, really?
The green woman, Captain.
Said really?
Yeah, I'm not understanding that. It's
bad. But it is what it is. That's what it is with this episode. So, Chekhov is horny. He's trying to get some. Oh.
And Spock is absolutely abused in this episode.
Yeah.
He gets attacked 3 times, and they can't even end the episode without, throwing some racism at him.
A little bit. But see, this is the episode that was talked about in Adam Nimoy's documentary, where he's talking about how at the time that Spock, because of his ears and I guess the shape of his eyebrows and all the whole nine, is that a lot of churches, Christian churches, kind of labeled him as being the devil because ears, all the pointed eyebrows, all the shit like that. So needless to say, this episode was kind of a way to address that, so to speak, with like a lot of heavy-handed visuals and all kinds of representations. Yeah, it was something. It's something.
It's something. Yes, it's something. But yeah, like in the first 10 minutes of the episode, we get one red shirt that dies from the poison barb planet,
right?
Or plant. We get one red shirt that dies because he's struck by lightning, and we get a red shirt that dies by stepping on an exploding rock.
Right.
You brought up earlier in the show, Spock can break it in half, no problem. But if you just toss it over there,
but you toss it, boom, you trip on it, boom. But you can split it in half and it's fine. Huh? So, again, I don't understand that. I don't know the physics. I don't understand the physics of how that works. You know? Because I would think first thing immediately is if that easily you could just kick it with you basically kick rocks and then you blow up. So
don't ever tell anyone to kick rocks on this planet.
Right.
Because you're basically saying, go execute yourself.
Yes. So you could kick a rock, you go boom. You toss it, you go boom. But you pick it up and you can split it in half. No problem. What? But anyways. So then so then while they're doing exploring, they come across one of the indigenous life forms there.
Excuse me, Captain. There is a humanoid stalking us from the bush over there. He is extraordinarily agile.
Yes.
Not so agile that you couldn't be like, dude, there's a guy in the bush over there.
It's like, dude, over there. Okay. And then, as they're moving along, the humanoid is following them. And Spock is like, hey, guy's behind the rock. So Kirk is like, you make a distraction, you go around one side, I'll go around the other side. It clear, how in the hell did that guy miss seeing Kirk? Like, obviously Kirk running right by him. Like, painfully, obviously, he could see him.
The funny thing is when Kirk is like, first of all, this thing I know, he's like, hey, Mallory, I think was the name of the red shirt. He was like, you go around the rock to your right. And he immediately runs around the rock to his left. And then Kirk is like, we'll double around the other side. And then Kirk like punches this dude in the face.
Yeah.
And he cries.
Yeah. It's like, okay. All right. He won that fight. Pretty easy, I guess.
Oh, there you're back. Everything froze for me again. I don't know what's going on with my internet today. Your internet connection is unstable. Yeah, I'm unstable. My internet connection doesn't need to be.
I mean,
I'm unstable enough.
So you can carry unstableness for both of you. You don't need you don't need help.
That's right. But anyway, Kirk punches this dude in the face with the little like wire hanger sticking out of his ears.
And starts crying. And then
like Kirk was one punch man for like split second.
Yeah. For the whole episode, that was one punch.
One punch man. But
yeah.
Oh gosh.
And then they find out,
this is some weird like orange skinned bouffant toupee wearing MAGA cult.
They just wear towels. And a weird they only wear towels.
They wear togas, yeah. It's very strange. They're wrapped. It's like someone TP'd their whole village and they just didn't.
No, it's not even togas. It's a literal towel. They wear a towel.
Someone just said, "Here, hold this end of this roll of toilet paper. I'm going to run around this person real fast." There you go. That's what
he's probably said, "Here, hold this roll. Put it right here. All right, now turn around. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. Okay, done. Next one."
So weird.
Oh,
I laughed this whole freaking episode because it's just so ridiculous.
It's so hilarious.
I need to point out again, this is yet another episode of Star Trek where the enemy is evil computer.
Yes. And at this point, how many evil computers have either A, come from Earth, or B, just randomly floating out in space that just all willy-nilly that just some people have created, and then all of a sudden they get beat up by a comet, and then all of a sudden they turn evil. How many random AIs are just out there?
I don't know. There's so many. This one's like, I'm gonna do it different. I'm gonna look cool. I'm gonna make myself look like a big gaping dragon face.
Like it's like Snake Mountain, but it was like a hill.
It was the back door to Snake Mountain.
Right, yes.
In the foothills. It's Snake Foothills is what we're dealing with. It's not even Snake Mountain.
It was not even Snake Mountain. It was Snake Foothills.
Oh my.
And again, the visual representations of just the entirety of the whole thing. If this whole thing did not just scream Adam and Eve, and the whole thing just screamed just almost to a point making fun of Christians. Like it's...
Yeah, it is, and it does have that moral standpoint from it, because I want to be clear on that. Okay, so first of all, the reason that we're here on this planet is Starfleet said, hey, Kirk, we need you in the Enterprise. We're going to go check out this planet. I want you to make contact with the people on the planet. My first question is this. Why? I thought we didn't make first contact until a species became warp capable.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That was the standard.
Yeah, these people don't even know how to make babies.
Like they didn't even know what kissing was until
affection,
until
or
Chekhov,
love,
or even just holding hands.
Love, you'll like that too, a lot, but we'll get to that.
Like they had no idea, they don't even know what holding hands is. They have no idea what touching is. Get affection, nothing
at all.
Then,
so I don't fully understand the logic behind this episode. It's strange. But,
so yeah, it's one of those. And again, like I said, this is one of those episodes that was in the Spock documentary, and was just almost to a point addressing the ridiculousness of just some of the more just way the far out there Christian stories. And this is just one of those ones that the visual representations of just everything from the planet, from Vale or Veal.
Vol.
Feeders
of Vol. We have Vol, and then the feeders of Vol.
Feeders of Vol.
It's important to note that Zach Hanlon of the AV Club gave this episode a B-, criticizing Kirk's interference with the planet's culture.
Yes.
Den of Geek in 2017 ranked it the 9th worst episode of the original series. And Hollywood.com has it listed as number 20 out of 79 as far as ranking.
Because
bad.
I mean, it's bad. It just points out just the whole ridiculousness of, at the time, just the things that Christians were saying, and just the ridiculous claims that they were making, that Spock with his character that was the devil.
And they focus on that. They do focus on that. But I want to throw this out there though. Our main alien character, Akuta, was played by Keith Andes. Keith Andes passed away from bladder cancer November 11th of 2005 at the age of 85. He is a United States Air Force veteran who fought in World War II. So rest in peace, sir. And my kill to death ratio stays perfect.
Akuta Matata. Akuta Matata.
I wish I would have thought of that first.
That was the first thing that came out of as soon as I heard Hakata. Hakuna Matata.
I mean, there's not much to this. Kirk and them, they try to talk to this species, these people.
And
the voice of Vol is programmed to learn what it means to kill. Here's
Yeah.
watermelon, and this is the visitor's head.
he said, and this is how you do it. And pow.
I immediately got visions of the Princess Bride. Like, the Zini hands Fezzik the rock. He's like,
Yeah.
what do I do with this? Like, the minute his head is in view,
hit it with the rock. Oh. And again, the visual cues and representations, and if it's not just overly just heavy ham-fisted, because literally it's like Vol, and the only one that talks to him is just the one guy, and the one guy, he translates everything for it. So you're the voice of God? Really?
I still love those cool antenna they made out of like a wire cover. They just took some pliers and bent it. And can we just stick this through your bouffant? And
say here, what? All right, so just put this wig on, and we'll stick this wire. We'll stick this clothes hanger. Just put this wig on. We'll stick this clothes wire. We'll stick this clothes hanger. Wrap it around.
Which I maintain that these people are just like MAGA.
They
Vol
are.
is
They really
Trump,
are.
and Trump is like, or Vol is like, worship me, and they're like, why? And Vol is like,
Because. And they're just like, okay.
Cool. We're gonna paint our skin orange like you, and get toupees like you, and have all of our fruit. And I gotta say, I as much as I love Star Trek props and the way that the original series mimic kind of like stage plays with their backgrounds,
Right.
when they're sitting in that little hut eating around like table of fruit made of Play-Doh, and Kirk is pretending to eat it. He's not really eating it. Like the one scene where he goes to take a bite, he's like I'm just gonna bite it over here. The fruit's like 10 inches from his face, and he's like, yeah, you did not eat the Play-Doh, sir.
So I can see, I can see you, right? I can see you. You are on camera.
But oh my God! But I mean, throw a shout out to the Starfleet crew when Vol programs these people to come and fight them. Nah, I mean, even Yeoman Landon kicks ass.
Yes.
Does the body throw? Check off.
Does it
like
judo flip?
Kirk's,
She does
Kirk's
flip.
doing knife hands to the throat. I mean,
Yeah.
Spock didn't even have to use the Vulcan neck bench.
Right?
He was just like, I'm just throwing down. I'm just cracking knuckles.
So Spock was like, oh, I've been waiting on this. Let's go.
Oh, I mean, come on. I mean, he got blasted by the force field that he didn't see. He walked right into it. He got blasted by the plant darts in his chest.
That he did.
He got struck by lightning.
That happened, yes.
I mean,
like, God damn. The whole time is like everything that killed everybody else. He got struck with a like the plant killed the one red shirt. He got hit with it, but he was all right. He got I mean, he got knocked down, but he didn't die. And then the one
just got like grazed by the lightning on his shoulder, where the other guys got vaporized.
Yeah.
So the one dude running towards Kirk, like, "Hey, Captain," and steps on a rock and blows
boom.
Up.
But Spock, he splits it open and just tosses it, and then boom. And so it's like this whole entire episode, Spock almost dies the entire time, and everything.
Oh my God, 1,000 times. He's so abused. And then at the very end of the episode, both McCoy and Kirk are like, if there's anybody on this ship that remotely resembles Satan. I wonder who that could be. Spock says, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I don't know. Ain't me. He pulled a Shaggy like, wasn't me.
Said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about on that one, dog.
Yeah, so attacked physically 3 times and then subject to racism. Like, that's gratitude for you. That's gratitude for you.
Like, really? Said, really? Really, man? The whole episode, like, Spock was just the target of the whole episode. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Funny. Absolutely funny.
With honest moral implications. Like, why did they interfere? This episode was a blatant breaking of the Prime Directive.
Oh, blatant interference of Prime blatant absolutely. Absolutely. And they've reached the whole moral standpoint of this is a society that is completely stagnant in their eyes. You know, they don't have any kind of art, music, you know, a passion for anything.
Well, there was some insinuation of a dance, because when the 2 feeders of Vol are watching Chekhov get frisky with
that's right.
Landon, and the one guy's like, it has no purpose. Like, it's not a dance. So apparently they know what dancing is.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's
Kirk took it.
But
Kirk took it upon himself. He was basically like, okay, these people don't have sex and make babies, so like their civilization is garbage, and we need to just root everything.
Yeah.
Never mind that they were happy.
Never mind. Never mind that they were absolutely, completely, blissfully, ignorantly happy. In which Spock brought up the point of like, who are we to interfere? They're happy, they're healthy, they're being taken care of, you know. I mean, yeah, we could sit out here and judge all we want, but that's not our house, it's not our home, it's not us.
Look, I get it, Kirk. I understand. You can't fathom a civilization that doesn't have sex. And I understand that, because, you know, I like sex too. But they didn't know about it, and they were fine with that. And anyone who's ever had sex knows that sex does not come without drama.
Always does.
Like, just save yourself from it. Just save yourself from it.
Even with the no strings attached, there's still strings.
There's always a string.
There's always.
Like, I kind of envy these people. Like, yeah, you don't enjoy that 20, 30 minutes of hour of fun, but
but it just
you were happy. Kirk was like, nah, they ain't getting freaky, so I fix this.
But they're happy. Are they though? I mean, none of them are getting laid, so are they really happy?
Nobody's getting laid.
So again,
it'd be interesting to know what happened to that species, the feeder ball. After
that would be interesting to know, because
Federation ruined everything for them.
Right. And even then, with the doctor said, I guess something within their environment, whatever the case may be, but they said, look, they don't age.
They don't die.
Yeah. They don't age. I mean,
they even have a whole moral conversation about it over the Play-Doh dinner.
Yeah, so it's like,
well, they're like, you know, what about death here? And Lieutenant or Yeoman Landon's like, well, they don't age or die.
Said they don't age or die.
And Kirk's like, what if they fell off a cliff? I mean,
I guess they could,
they're
but
smart enough not to get shot by the barbed plants, step on the exploding rocks, and anger Vol to the point where he zaps them with lightning.
Yeah. Like they know
Zeus style.
Like they know how to live in that society. They know how to live. They know, you know, what Vol wants them to do, what Vol wants where to go. I mean, essentially is that they have put their whole lives and trust into Vol. And Vol has kept him safe, has kept him healthy, has kept him happy, has kept him fed. And all he has to do is feed me. And so that's what they do. So.
And here's a question I wanted to ask you, because I think, you know, being a black man, a person of color, you're uniquely qualified to answer this question. As an outsider looking in, I thought that is this episode a case of blackface in a sense? Because I got very strong Hawaiian culture vibes from these people.
Yeah.
They didn't put leis around their neck, but they did the flowers around the wrist.
Yeah.
They dress in very typically Hawaiian culture ways. Their little huts and kind of almost beach culture. The only thing they didn't have was like an oceanside view.
Yeah.
It just it really struck me as Hawaiian culture. I thought, okay, yeah, they're orange, but is this blackface?
It's yeah, yes and no. I mean, it's because they're alien. Their whole an alien situation, civilization. That's kind of how they skirted away with it, you know. But without a doubt, it's heavily inspired. And I'll say it like that: it's heavily inspired by that culture, and just from the environment to what they wore to you know, it's how you mentioned their look and their skin, you know, even with the little markings that they made on themselves on their face. It is heavily inspired by that.
Yeah, and we'll get to this point again in season 3 when we're reviewing Let That Be Your Last Battlefield. I don't think that episode is necessarily an indication of blackface, because this is that episode I'm referring to is the one where the guys are half white and half black.
Yeah,
and they're on different sides, and even the white face that they're doing is like white, like chalk white.
Yeah,
and obviously black people are not black, they're different shades of brown, and white people are not white, we're different shades of pink and red and yellow and whatever off-white color you hate your apartment to be painted, you know. But the point of that episode was to show the ridiculousness and the absurdity of racism.
Yes.
This one, I think, kind of did it subtly without realizing they were kind of maybe culturally appropriating just a little bit.
No, I think it took more of a jab at Christianity than it did. It unintentionally took a jab at racism, but its main jab was at Christianity, and just how ridiculous the whole thing started because of churches saying something about Spock and Spock having pointed ears. And, well, why can't Spock just be a human? Well, why can't Spock be an alien that looks like a human? Why can't Spock instead of just realizing is that aliens are aliens and they look different.
Right? Exactly.
It is
and
what it is.
They don't all have to look like humans. And in fact, that they even have a conversation in this episode about it where, you know, McCoy's saying something to Spock, and Spock is like, well, you know, humans are just a tiny minority in the huge intergalactic
in the galaxy. Yeah, it's a tiny minority in the galaxy.
Right. So, I mean, but even the term humanoid seems kind of racist, because it's like, I'm not like you. You're like me.
Yeah.
Just not as good. Just not as good.
Right. And here's the thing. You don't know. This whole society could have been the same person that you are talking to now could have easily been alive way longer than even the Federation was even a thing.
Right.
Could have been alive, or could have been alive before even humans were even a thing.
Yeah, McCoy said that too. He's like, I can't tell you if this guy is 20 years old or 20,000 years old.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because of how well that Vol is taking care of them. And
yeah,
just
not
simply
the
because.
most evil AI that we've dealt with this season in Star Trek or last season.
No, they were just like, hey, we're happy, we're cool. We live here and it's like 75, 76 every day. So there's beaches right there, all the food we can eat.
Yeah, we don't have sex and we don't have babies, but you know what? We've been doing just fine without you. And this AI, Dragon Head, Snake Mountain backdoor, Snake Foothills thing, is not harming us.
Yeah,
you show up. Like, look, we've been here 20,000 years or however long. We don't step on the blowing up rocks. We don't get jabbed by the poison plants. Like, come on, bro, we're fine. We're fine.
So we're good, man. I mean,
good.
You're the one that's messing everything up. So I mean,
Vol showed up and 4 of your people died.
So
sounds like a you problem.
So I mean,
sounds like a you problem.
I don't know what to tell you on that one, man. I would say for you to leave, but I think Vol wants you to go. Like, go. Like, permanent.
Like we got a good thing going here.
So Vol's like, you know what?
Literally walked into a marriage and screwed it up.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. It is exactly what he did. Because
if we're jabbing at Christianity in this episode, Kirk basically coveted another man's wife. Yes, the metaphor is the wife is the relationship between Vol and the feeders of Vol, but he still was like, nah.
He's like, you know what? You don't
steal that dude's wife. I'm gonna steal that dude's wife.
He's like, you know what? You don't have to feed Vol. You know that, right? Like, you can be free. You
could feed me instead. Oh, good God, dude! Like, come on. I thought Chekhov was the horny one in this episode.
Oh, Chekhov was trying. He was trying.
Blatantly unprofessional behavior on the part of an enlisted or a commissioned officer.
Yeah.
In Starfleet.
And the ironic thing was Captain Kirk was cock blocking him the whole time.
Cock blocking him the whole time. But I mean, and on the same side of that, Kirk is the captain, and he did walk around the corner and hear Chekhov's licking her face like, right in front of everybody. Like, come on, man.
That's true.
Come on, dude.
He's like,
we're on a scientific mission on an alien planet we know nothing about.
And the first thing you do,
space.
And that's the first thing you do, really? This what we doing? This is what we do. At first he was to pull aside and said, look here, you little simple son of a said, we're here on this alien planet. Why don't you act like like you are in the Federation, act like a Starfleet officer.
I even need to point out that when Chekhov and Landon are having their little moment, the two MAGA feeders, the feeders of Trump, were watching, right?
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, what happens if the Enterprise burns up in the atmosphere?" And Chekhov's like, "Well, it'll be fine if I stuck here with you." And she's like, "Oh yeah, as long as you're here with me." Like, I mean, is that the worst outcome? No.
But
I don't want 400 of my crewmates
to die just because I want to get laid.
Just because I want to get laid.
It's like I get it. You got a thing for her. And I get it. You want to...
in space for 5 years, man.
I get it.
Horny.
I get it. I understand. You want to see her naked, and you want her to see you naked, and you want to, put strange things into her, and you want her to put strange things into you. I get it. But there's a time and a place. And that is the wrong time and the wrong place. That's all I'm saying.
And as a bonus for my KD ratio, just like to pad it.
All right. Hit us with it.
Yeoman Landon was played by Celeste Yarnell. She passed away October 7th, 2018 at the age of 74. So rest in peace, Yeoman Landon. You kicked ass in this episode.
We got a 2-for-1.
Like the whole village attacked you, Chekhov, Kirk, Spock, and that last remaining. Well, no, because he just died. He got hit over the head with a stick.
Yeah.
Like the 4 of you, and McCoy, like the 5 of you.
You kicked ass.
You're like,
and you're like, oh no.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it takes more than a village to beat the ass of 5 people from the Enterprise because they kicked your ass. They kicked your
That is true. They beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, like, oh, you got sticks. We got knife hands to the throat.
So, oh, this is what we do now. Oh, you bringing out big ass forks. Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. Pow! Punch to the throat.
And I got to give a special shout out to my quickly becoming favorite character in Star Trek. Lieutenant Kyle is in this episode again.
Yes, he is.
How he had so many episodes. This dude is a jack of all trades. He's been a science officer, a medical officer, a helmsman, transporter operator. Like this dude, there's nothing Lieutenant Kyle, eventually to become Commander Kyle, cannot do.
And again, that's a testament of just like the little details behind the scenes of us just thinking is that just a Lieutenant Kyle. Always got to be Lieutenant Kyle. Who cares about Lieutenant Kyle? There's no episode about Lieutenant Kyle. Like, we don't know who Lieutenant Kyle is unless somebody says something to him and addresses him, so. But it's those subtle little details starting here and then in the movies, still there and got a promotion. He's no longer lieutenant, he's commander. So
yeah,
I could appreciate that.
I know. I've seen. Star Trek 2 is a movie that I can quote blindly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we were, for those of you watching that or listening that don't know, what we do at the end of each season is we review as our season finale. We review one of the Star Trek movies. Since this is season 2, obviously the next movie is Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. I've seen that movie hundreds of times. I can quote it to the point where it's stupid. And if we do like a live watch event, you all are going to hate me. I'd seen it hundreds of times without ever realizing that Commander Kyle was an officer. The communications officer, another job he did, on the Reliant. Like, come on. Props to John Winston, who played Commander Kyle. Props to you, my guy. I've already done your KD ratio. Yes, you passed away. Rest in peace. But props
just
to
amazing,
you, Mr. Winston. Oh my God, dude.
Just amazing. just to kind of again, the small details and the background. That's just makes it all perfect. So yeah,
and you know that there's somebody out there, some woke person or anti-woke person that's like, did you know in Discovery they recast Lieutenant Kyle as an Asian man?
And then you're gonna have,
oh my God,
and you're gonna have his
what?
You're gonna have his buddy. Yeah, I saw that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Star Trek turned out on woke.
Star Trek went woke. What happens to Captain Kirk?
How long you been watching Star Trek, my friend? About 2 weeks.
Yeah, what happened to Captain Kirk? Why can't just bring Captain Kirk? Why's it gotta be
being a misogynist and a womanizer and all of that, and the obvious problems we've talked about Star Trek: The Next Generation before with. There were some like kitty issues in one episode.
Little bit.
We've had misogyny. We've had racism. In this episode, is there anyone on this ship that looks like Satan? I think it's you, Jim. You look like Satan.
Yeah. Dig as you, man. A little bit like you.
I'm sorry. It was still woke before woke was woke.
Very much so.
And that's what Gene
And
Roddenberry wanted. We
yeah,
can argue about his storytelling methods and his vision of Star Trek all day long, but we wouldn't have Star Trek without Gene Roddenberry. And Gene Roddenberry knew two things. He was like, fuck God, swear jar. And he was
mhm.
also like, it's not military. And we can talk about that, especially in later episodes, because he didn't like the militarization of Starfleet in later episodes, movies,
Right.
because that's not his vision of the future. His vision was nobody cares.
So, yeah, and you can kind of see, definitely part of that because the society that is it's no longer a capitalist society, because they don't have any need for money, so they don't use it, and so they know and understand. Capitalist society is, of course, because of Ferengi. So you got to, the way you can deal with Ferengi is if you have to have gold pressed latinum,
Right.
and that's
And speaking of Ferengi, I did that watch party yesterday with Nzinga and Daraj. They're reviewing
I missed that
episodes.
the three worst episodes of Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, they're reviewing every episode of TNG.
Oh,
That's sort
TNG.
of their
That's right.
thing.
Yeah. Okay.
For their podcast live thing called Unnamed Project. I said I would give them a shout out, but yeah, we were talking about the Ferengi. It's really bad, really bad. But to your point on capitalism, there was that one episode when Spock got shot with the flower
Mm-hmm.
to save Kirk, and Kirk's like, "Do you have any idea how much Starfleet has invested in you?" And Spock's like, 127,000. And then he gets cut off, and Kirk's like, "I get it." So
Yeah.
my thought was like, he probably wasn't going to give a money amount. He was going to give a man hour amount.
Yeah.
Like
That's
so
what I
many
was thinking.
Hours
Like
into my
100
development.
I was like 127 blah 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 hours in training, 127 hours in this, 500.
Right.
That's what I would think. Same thing I was thinking. Is that not a monetary value, but a time value?
No, I mean, because gosh, in your favorite of the Star Trek movies, when they get back in time to San Francisco, and Kirk is like, they're still using money. We're gonna have to find some. It's like,
Yeah.
But I've always wondered how does a society without money operate? I mean, you have to have some kind of compensation.
Yeah, some kind of bartering system, I guess.
Like, I'm not going to give
Yeah.
you this nice apartment and a car and all those cool clothes and antiques for your walls.
Just for
If
nothing.
I don't get something in return.
It's like, I need something. I mean,
Right.
so again, they have some kind of bartering system. They've got to.
Something. I mean, I understand socialism would kind of delve out like, okay, you get healthcare, you get housing, you get transportation, you get
Yeah.
all these things, but what about beyond the necessities of life?
Right. Right.
Things
Exactly.
you want, not the things you need. So, yeah, that's definitely a good point. I mean, and obviously, crew uses it.
Mm-hmm.
When Riker contacted Deep Space Nine to ask Quark about information on something, and Quark was like, "Well, all those vouchers for that gold press latinum that you won." And Riker's like, "Well, what if I just, gave them back to you?" And he's like, "Oh, I've already deleted them. No big deal. You don't have to send them back. It's cool."
So, no, I got it.
But yeah, that
That's
was
it.
something that was brought up on Unnamed Project, is that they talked about how, like, the
How would
Ferengi
it-
were supposed to be the big bad
Mm-hmm.
TNG, but as Nzinga pointed out, they're more like Gollum, jumping on Riker's back and screaming like,
Yes.
like that is not the big bad. I'm sorry. I'm just make the Klingons bad guys again, for Christ's sake. I mean,
So, right. I mean, yeah, the Ferengi are bad, but they're more annoying than bad.
yeah.
Just simply because of they're just annoying. And all
But,
the and the whole thing is that they have a whole society of that they worship money. They literally worship money. In which
Mhm.
the rules that they live by, which inspired. The name of this podcast is inspired by the Rules of Acquisition.
It is, yeah.
Which is...
These are the rules of nerdquisition, though, like how to be a good nerd or a bad one. We're not sure.
Well, depending on your viewpoint.
Right, depending on your viewpoint. But my final thoughts on this episode, my mission debrief, is it was silly. It was action-packed. I mean, it was violent. 4 people died. Spock was attacked 3 times, physically, once racially. Chekhov is horny. Kirk was not. It's a goofy episode. I'm much looking forward to next week's episode, the Doomsday Machine, which is very action-packed, but also addresses mental health, which I think is something that's very important to all of us right now. So,
yes, absolutely.
We're going to talk about that. But there's my final, my mission debrief. What do you think? What are your final thoughts?
Well, this episode was all kinds of crazy. You know, it was dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. It was absolutely hilarious. The visuals and the overly ham-fisted are just moral. It was absolutely funny. And Spock, I don't know what it was. It's just Spock. He was just absolutely treated like the proverbial redheaded stepchild throughout the whole episode. But in the end,
I'll give it like a thumbs up and a thumbs
I'll give it was something. It was funny, action packed, definitely action packed. But for me, absolutely hilarious. One of the greatest episodes. I know it was bad, but it still is one of the greatest for me. And I give it the same, a thumbs up and a thumbs down.
As a kid, I did love the look of Vol, big Snake Mountain and foothills,
of course,
entrance thing.
It's just cool.
And point of note, we did not destroy the AI this time with some logical fallacy or riddle. We just blew it the F up.
Nah, just treat it like how we did in America.
We just blew it up. We just fired phasers.
So just shot at it.
Thing collapsed. Yep.
Just shot at it.
Fire all weapons. You're dead. All right. Bye-bye, Vol. See you on the flip side.
All right. And on that one, let's reset the show.
Yes.
So again, if you are here joining us, this is the Rules of Nerdquisition. This is Sunday. This is 4, and we just talked about Star Trek original series, episode 5 of the 2nd season. And it was hilarious. It was glorious. It was hilarious.
And it bears repeating, too, that this is like our 35th, 36th episode. I don't have the count right in front of me, but we are 1 month away from our 1-year anniversary of the show.
So we need to do something special. Do something special for that. Something
special. I'll get the actual date. I could probably pull it up right now. But yeah, we need to get the actual date and then do a fun.
Do something. We'll figure something out.
1 year, man. 1 year.
Right?
I never even imagined.
Okay, like put us out to everybody else everybody else. You know, what should we do for our 1-year anniversary? 1 year.
Give us some suggestions. We're happy to hear and see what you'd like us to do. Because one of the things I like about being on GCPR radio is the fact that we can interact with our audiences. This isn't just a podcast. You're not just listening to a couple of people talk and be like, I'm bored.
Just rambling on about shit. You know, you could actually, interact with us, hey, and be a part of the show. That's what we want. We love that.
I love that. It sucks that we're not on GCPR today because that's where our biggest audience is. We just can't seem to get out of the waiting mode. We're waiting to go.
Oh no, we're here. Yeah, we're here. We're on. We's here. We's here. We
GCPR on YouTube. It says 1 waiting scheduled. We're on Rules of Nerdquisition.
Now I'm looking at the chat here on YouTube, and you have Jay Thomas in the chat.
Try again.
The Jay Thomas in the chat called us Gretchbert.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it. I see you live on your channel.
Yeah, I'm live, and Rules of Nerdquisition is live.
Oh wait,
and GCPR should be live too, because
find it. I found it. What's James? Hey.
Ha ha ha!
I was locked in like some kind of thing.
Here we go. Yeah,
Yes.
It's showing up on his live. Yeah, here we go.
Star Trek was always woke. Ferengi's name was Schmeagle. Every
Yes.
Ferengi is Schmeagle.
Every
ask
Ferengi is
Nzinga. She'll confirm that. And next week's show will be on your birthday, James. We will
then.
have to make a special shout out for you. I will
Absolutely.
try my very best to get your song on our show to open the show next week.
So,
Because for anyone who doesn't know, James wrote us not one, but two very cool.
and they were bangers. They're absolute bangers.
We got one for TOS and we got one for TNG. So
Absolute bangers.
we will do that.
So-
But for the second hour of today's show, we wanted to talk about something that's been kind of a phenomenon a little bit.
So something
On the Amazons.
little news, Kenny. Little new thing that's catching on. Catching on, is. So
I'm digging it.
As am I. So for anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, so a couple weeks ago, and Gretchen had made mention of it, of Secret Level in the Pac-Man episode. So at that point, I didn't see the Pac-Man episode, but I have seen Secret Level. I just didn't see the Pac-Man episode. So immediately after that, I watched the Pac-Man episode. Oh, that was a great episode.
Disturbing though.
Disturbing, but it was so good.
For those of you that don't know, Secret Level is a series. Currently has 2 seasons on Amazon Prime right now. They're very short episodes, like 5, 10, 15 minutes.
10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes. And
each episode is based on a video game.
Yes.
Popular video game.
Sometimes it's a story within the video game itself, or within the lore, or something. It's the synopsis of the game that's just been acted out. So,
right. Because to excel, or to add on to your point, when you say sometimes it's about the lore, the very first episode in season 1 is called The Queen's Cradle. It's a Dungeons and Dragons based storyline in the Dungeons and Dragons overall lore.
Yes.
It's not, obviously Dungeons and Dragons is huge. It's also based heavily on players who play the games and create their own worlds. But yeah, but they fight the mythical 5-headed dragon. Each dragon head is a different color and fires a different.
Yeah.
The white dragon fires frost. The red dragon fires fire. The green dragon spits noxious gas. The black dragon spits acid, and the blue dragon shoots lightning out. Laser beams out of their eyes.
Right? Freaking laser beams.
But the first one I saw was Pac-Man, and
first one I saw was actually the Dungeons and Dragons ones. While I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, I'm familiar with it, and over the years I've grown an appreciation for it. Although playing it is it's not for me. It's not my thing, but I don't knock anybody that plays it and loves it. It's just not for me. So,
right.
I watched it anyways.
Role playing is different, but
yeah. So I watched it and I loved that episode, and then I saw the Pac-Man episode, and whoo!
It's gory.
It is very gory.
Violent.
Yes.
Disturbing.
Yes.
And it made me look at Pac-Man in an entirely different way. I mean, just the synopsis for the episode is this: trapped in a vast maze in a vast maze and pursued by ghosts, a mysterious entity summons a warrior to help it escape. Don't buy that synopsis because that is the bare minimum.
Yes. I mean, yeah, to a point. I mean, yeah, that is Pac-Man trapped in a maze with ghosts trying to get out. Yeah. Basic, that is Pac-Man. Technically, that synopsis works. However,
misleading.
It's very misleading.
It's misleading.
But that episode, it is, I think it's only like maybe not even 15 minutes.
Not even,
but it essentially, for anybody that's not seen it, it's a telling of what's going around on the internet of the Pac-Man theory, in which Pac-Man was just an alien entity trapped in a maze, killed off everything that was in the maze until the only thing that was left was just ghosts, and the ghosts were keeping Pac-Man in that maze. And every time that Pac-Man would try to escape, the ghost would end up killing him, and Pac-Man would have to start back all over again.
Yes. And it is important to point out that even though I knew this already, and it was further reinforced in the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World, that Pac-Man was originally designed by its Japanese creators to be called Puck-Man because he looked like a puck.
Yes.
But because they didn't want anyone to change the P to an F.
They called him Pac-Man.
They called him Pac-Man instead.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, and to be clear on Secret Level, neither Gilbert or I have watched every episode. We obviously gravitated towards the episodes that represented video games that we've played.
Yeah, and ones, or at least ones like me, ones I'm familiar with. You know, I've not played Dungeons and Dragons. I've seen it being played, and I know how it works.
I never played Warhammer, which is also a tabletop miniatures-based role-playing game, but I'm familiar with it, so I watched that. I've never played Unreal Tournament. I watched
that.
Zan.
Yeah.
Right. Season or episode 4. But let's talk about the one that you and I really want to talk about. We've been itching.
Oh, the one that
hours.
Let's get right into it. So, for anybody that has not seen it, I don't know why you have not seen this one, but this is definitely Mega Man. Mega Man.
Season 1, episode 10, Mega Man start.
If there is only one episode of that entire season that you see, make sure it is that one. Oh my God. If you are a Mega Man fan, you need to watch this episode.
Even if you remember Mega Man from Nintendo and maybe didn't like it, because those games were not very easy. They were difficult. I mean, Mega Man really had two things he could do. He could jump and he could shoot.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. This episode is less than 5 minutes long. And the last 10 seconds are nothing short of epic.
Yes. Those last 10 seconds made me want to see an entire Mega Man series like that. Now, in the past, there's been plenty of Mega Man shows. There's been the Mega Man NT
cartoon,
Mega Man cartoon, the one in the 90s. There was the Captain N with Mega Man that was in that, and while they were all okay, they did not even compare to this one. Did not even compare.
I'm torn because there were fans, and I kind of share the sentiment that were upset because the Blue Bomber only got
Just
5
less
episodes.
5 seconds or less than a second, and you only
Where
see
Pac-Man got like 12 or 13 minutes of like brutal gore.
yeah. And so I was only extremely pissed at those last 10 seconds. Well, that last shot, because all we see is just 1 second of him with the helmet on. It's like not even not even charging into a fight, or not even running around or anything like that. Not even just like a quick little montage to get to like Cut Man or Guts Man or Iceman,
men that he destroys,
right?
yes.
A fireman,
yes,
or
Thomas. Yes, Jay Thomas. We do remember the boots. In fact, there's a sequence in this show where they show him.
Yeah, they talk about the boots. Yes, they show the boots.
They're
and
putting the boots on him.
Yes,
Like,
it is the sequence that they show, just essentially just suiting up as Mega Man. It's almost like Iron Man inspired, but definitely showing those boots. And that was just it.
The best part is when he steps onto the teleporter.
Oh,
Dr.
God.
Light says, "Hey, kid," throws the helmet at him, and he palms it like an NBA All-Star.
Right?
He just catches it in one hand, and then he beams to the next scene. He's on the top of this building. You hear sirens going off. Buildings are burning everywhere, and he just puts that helmet on, and he looks at the camera and then smirks like Christopher Reeve as Superman in 1979.
Yeah, like
Don't
look
worry,
at
I've
it.
got you. You've got me. Who's got you? Huh. Don't even worry
Said
about it.
just-
Like, he didn't even answer. He was just like, huh.
So just look to the camera, give a quick wink. I got
James,
this.
The show is called Secret Level. It's on Amazon Prime Video. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 seasons, because when I first watched it, there was only 1 season with like 8 episodes. I don't know if they've added more episodes to the first season, or if they've started a season 2.
They've added more. I don't know if they've finished with the first season yet, but it's up to 15 episodes. So I don't know if it's finished with the first season yet. But James, I will tell you, if there's only one episode out of that show that you watch, the one you're going to love is the Mega Man one, and the one you're going to hate at the same time is the Mega Man one, because you want it to be longer. Pause.
It's like 5 minutes and 10 seconds. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
But
and it's
Armored
so
Core
good,
is another
but-
Armored Core
yeah.
is another game I played on the original PlayStation years ago. Armored Core 2, the one that
Mm-hmm.
Keanu Reeves is in. He voices the character, and the character is digitally representative.
Right.
It's a good one
yeah.
too. I like that one too. So it's fantastic. I mean,
I'll definitely have to check that one out after we get off of here. But I will
there's
say
so many
that
games I don't remember. I mean, they do have one based on God of War. They have an episode based
Mm-hmm.
on Unreal Tournament, Mega Man, obviously, Pac-Man, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor of Kings, Warhammer, Armored Core. I can't wait. The dude, who came up with this show? I just had the dude's name in front of me.
let's see, where is it? Because I'm on the IMDb page.
Tim Miller.
Says, sir.
The director of Deadpool.
It said, Tim Miller, sir. You have done something that I'm not sure how to process emotionally just yet.
I'm not sure I want to see the Pitfall episode.
Oh,
I might be as disturbed as I was after. And there's some things we don't. I mean, like I did not know this. Did you know that he's the mind behind the Sonic movies?
I did not know that. Huh.
Which are some of the best video game based movies that are out there, in my opinion.
That I'll say, yeah, because I will say generally
movies don't do it well.
You're right. because I've said that I'm not a huge fan of like video games that become movies or TV shows. Not a big fan of them. Few exceptions have been all right. This is one where, yeah, I'm on board with it.
I cannot get over that Mega Man episode.
That Mega Man was just, it was the best episode. It was, all the other ones are good, you know, don't get me wrong, and even because I just saw the Playtime Fulfillment one, and that one was really good, because that one, it didn't say it, but it reminded me a lot of Paperboy, and just almost like a neo cyberpunk version of Paperboy. But yeah, it reminded me a lot of Paperboy. I mean, even though it wasn't the game of Paperboy, that one's really good.
I can't play Paperboy without screaming to my TV, I want my $2. Better Off Dead reference for anyone who doesn't know. My $2.
I want my $2.
Army of Paperboys chasing you in the middle of the night.
Right.
Your $2 back. Wow, that's just crazy. Yeah, this is a great show and a great concept, because it's just people taking video games that they loved and coming up with kind of alternative versions of them. And while all of these other ones have these different ideas behind them, Mega Man was kind of true to itself.
Yeah,
it didn't deviate. It was.
Yeah, it pretty much
created this kid who to serve, or not serve, but help him in the laboratory while he builds all these giant robots that are going crazy right now in the city, doing all these things, all the enemies that Mega Man fights.
Because
and he's like, hey, this kid's the one.
Yeah, and the thing is, it stayed true, because why did those other, giant robots go crazy? Because Dr. Wily made a virus that corrupted them. So,
yep.
And again, it stayed true to the whole premise of the game. And to be honest, and it just telling that whole origin of how Mega Man actually became Mega Man, because we all know, because they gave a quick synopsis on how Mega Man became Mega Man, but never really actually kind of showing that. But this is one that we see how he became Mega Man, the reason why he became Mega Man, and how, Dr. Light wasn't just like, oh yeah, go ahead, you be that. Like, no,
he didn't want him to go. He didn't want him to go.
No, we didn't want him to be Mega Man. Didn't want him to do that.
Until he had that one scene when Bomb Man.
He's about to go.
Mega Man does the little upgrade on his gun.
Yeah,
that's the whole premise of the game. It's all about the levels and what order you play them in.
Yes.
Whether the next level is easier or more difficult.
Right.
You've got to beat this level to get this upgrade, so you can fight that boss who's weak against this to get that upgrade to fight another boss, so on and so forth. And he puts on that little ice cryo thing and he blasts them, and then that's when Dr. Light's like, "Oh, wait a minute."
He said, "Oh, you got something there, kid.
This is what you were meant for." In that moment, I mean, when he says that, he's like, "No, I'm sorry. This is what you were meant to do." And then you go through the little training. I mean, like quick montage. Again, this episode.
And you see him go through the training, get those upgrades, and then at the end, when he steps on the transport pad, and just like how in the game, just beam of light right in the middle of even the stage
of him beaming. Right out of the game.
Yes,
right out of the game. And shout out to whoever did the soundtrack, because when he beams on top of the planet and you get that quick blast of like the Mega Man theme. If you watch the whole episode, if you go through the credits and everything, they have a whole remastered version of the theme. Whoever wrote that, I will look you up. I will shout you out on this show. That was amazing.
Oh, that was so So great.
That was amazing.
Yes. That show was great. I honestly, that episode's my favorite episode. All the other episodes are really great, but that one quite obviously is my favorite. That one, that one's right there. So
yeah, we talked about it too, because you texted me, and because I had said to you in the Villains View chat a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey,
yeah, because you said something about Pac-Man
episode. I'm really disturbed. Mega Man wasn't out yet when I sent that first text, so I hadn't seen it. So I was just like, go watch Pac-Man. I'm really disturbed. And, the old theme. If I had to see it, you had
to see it.
So, I was very disturbed. And then you texted me yesterday or the day before and was like,
so I need to see.
Awesome.
I need to see a Mega Man series like that. Like I can't just have
a movie. No,
I can't just have just a movie. I need to have a series. I need to. That shit needs to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon or something. It needs to be an entire series, like not just 5 minutes. It has to be 15, 20, 30. Something like that. You know what I mean? Can't just be 5 minutes and just leave us hanging like this. Say, what kind of cruel, evil mistress are you?
we need some nerd gumption behind this movement. Some. Look, I know we couldn't save Firefly. We did complain enough until we got a movie.
Right.
That, not everybody loves, but we got a movie out of it. We revived some series. This is one that all nerds need to unite. I mean, especially us Gen X nerds who grew up with the Nintendo Entertainment System. I mean, Mega Man was a staple of the games I played. It was Mega Man, it was Castlevania, it was Legend of Zelda, and we've already talked about this. We need a Legend of Zelda episode.
Yes.
Secret level. I need a Castlevania level.
Yes, I need a Castlevania one. Yes.
Although the Netflix show is pretty freaking cool.
The Netflix show is good. Don't get me wrong. I love the Netflix show.
And when Alucard and Trevor and all them fight Dracula at the end, and you got the actual video game music like pounding in the background.
Yes.
Oh, that's
such amazing.
That was awesome. So, but yeah, and I'm talking as a nerd who has downloaded. I can't tell you how many remixes of video game themes that people have put together over the years.
Right. But see, here's the thing.
Castlevania electric guitar.
Yeah, but see, here's a caveat I need for Castlevania, though. It has to be with Simon Belmont.
Simon.
I need Simon Belmont because, to me, that Simon Belmont's that's my Belmont.
That's my Belmont. I agree with you. Simon Belmont was the original. And no, not that goofy, clumsy version that was on the Saturday morning cartoon, the Nintendo Power Hour, or
not that Captain N version of it. No. I need a Simon Belmont, a redeemable one. Yes, something to redeem that monstrosity that was paired with.
Even if it's the one that at the end of Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2.
Yes.
Even if it's the one who dies, but he did what he did. He did what he had to do.
Yeah, or even then.
And then he laid down his life.
Or even then, secret level. Anybody's secret level that may be listening. Listen to this. You do an episode of that.
Yes.
You do an episode of that. Just saying.
I know you're not a big D&D fan, but I did once do I dungeon mastered an entire campaign in D&D based on the video game Castlevania 2, where I had all of my players find all the body parts of Dracula, put them together, bring him back to life, and then fight him and destroy them. And one of my players lost their life when they tried to cast a fireball at Dracula, and Dracula rolled the saving throw and teleported out of the way, and he killed another member of his party. But anyway, hey, I don't control the dice, man. I don't control the dice. The dice roll and fall where they may. But also, the after-school cartoon, not the Mario Brothers one. I mean, Mario Brothers is obviously going to be goofy, and I still haven't seen the Mario Brothers animated movie. Have you?
I have. I actually have. I like it. Because here's the thing. I did like the very first one with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, but simply because it's live action. Something like Mario, it has to be animated. It has to be. So
it's almost too. The concept is almost too ridiculous to be live action.
It can't be live action. It has to be animated, and them going with a CG 3D version route of it, loved it. So what it did, it combined just a little bit of all of the popular things that has been within Mario for over the past 50 plus years or whatever, or 40 plus years of Mario, from the original Super Mario Brothers theme show, the theme of that show, sampling that from Mario Kart, from actually Donkey Kong Country, and every little Mario Brothers, the original Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Mario 2.
Or the fact that Mario first showed up just trying to save his girlfriend from an angry gorilla throwing barrels at him.
Yes. And that says, and again, they, part of the movie kind of, did that aspect of it. And it was I liked it. I did like it. I did enjoy it. I wasn't sure how I was going to handle Jack Black as being Bowser, just because in the trailers and the commercials, you see him, singing and doing his Bowser was singing and whatnot, and I'm thinking, it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. I think that that
Peacock though, so
I think that may be the only thing that I may not like about it. But I will say I did like Jack Black as Bowser, and it wasn't like everything. It wasn't like the horrible Joker movie where everything was a song. He just, it was a song.
Sorry, I'm a nerd, but I have not seen the Joker sequel, and I do not plan to.
Oh, listen, it's not.
I've heard nothing good about it.
It's not. I call it fully a deuce. I don't call it fully a deuce. It's fully a deuce, because that's all it is. It is just
a deuce.
It's a
somebody dropped a big deuce right in the middle of the floor, and nobody stopped to clean it up.
No, it's a shit show. It is fully a deuce. That's it.
But my question about Super Mario, getting back to that, was I remember the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. It used to come on TV every day after school.
Absolutely.
And on Fridays, they would air The Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
I tried to rewatch that show recently. I don't know if it was on Amazon. It is so bad. Why is Link such an idiot?
It's so annoying. I tried watching it.
Where did
actually about I want to say like 2019, 2020. I tried watching it again. I hated Link. I hated him. He was just so annoying.
It's on Amazon Prime Video. That's where I saw it. Yes, it's airing free there. So if you have Amazon Prime, I mean, it's not free to pay.
I mean, don't watch it. That's all I'm saying. Just
get
don't
through the first episode. I used to wait all week. Like, oh, we only get Legend of Zelda on Fridays. I didn't like the Super Mario Brothers cartoon, but I'm like, I'll go through it till Friday. And
and then you see
terrible.
Yeah, and I loved Legend of Zelda when I was a kid.
Legend
You
of
know.
Zelda Adventure of Link video game is better than this cartoon.
And
That's
see,
probably one of the worst Zelda games out there.
yeah. And see, at the time, I I wanted to like it. I wanted to like Legend of Zelda, that card. I wanted to like it so bad, and I did like it until Link opened his mouth.
Or again, whatever that. What was it? Was it the Nintendo Power Hour? Whatever it was on Saturday mornings. What was that?
I think it was the Nintendo Power Hour that had Captain N, and then
Captain and the Game Master.
Captain N, the Game Master. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember setting alarms to get up. It was like, oh, I want to see Simon Belmont on the screen. Yes, Simon Belmont.
Yeah.
Cartoon. And then he shows up and he opens his mouth and he's an idiot.
Right. And like,
why are you an idiot, sir? Why?
Yeah. And same thing with
You're a famous vampire hunter. You killed Dracula more than once. Why are you an idiot?
Yeah, same thing with Mega Man. And why is Mega Man green? He's always blue. Why is he green? And when does he talk like a... I don't know.
Tim Miller, I know you're not listening, but anyone close to Tim Miller, anyone who knows Tim Miller, anyone who can reach Tim Miller, Secret Level desperately needs Castlevania and Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
And more than 5 minutes, please.
Please.
5 minutes.
More than 5 minutes. Like, I mean...
But I'll forgive you if you make a Mega Man series. I'll forgive you. We'll just call that a teaser trailer. We'll call that.
I'll overlook this. I'll overlook this transgression. Ha 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 ha. If you give me a Mega Man movie.
Yes.
I will fully forgive you if you give me a Mega Man movie along with the series. Then you'll get my full forgiveness.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
So
and hey, I'm gonna check out Super Mario Brothers. It's on Peacock, so I'm gonna check that out. If it's, everyone who's I've known, including you, that's seen it, has said it's good. How about a sequel with maybe throw Donkey Kong in there? You got
Donkey
the
Kong?
lore.
I will say this.
You got the mythos.
I will say in the Super Mario Brothers movie that Donkey Kong.
See it?
Donkey Kong was in it, and honestly, it was one of the funniest parts in that whole movie.
All right, I'm definitely watching it between
here's the
this
thing.
show and Villain's View tonight. I am watching it.
And here's the thing, and Donkey Kong's voiced by Seth Rogen. Generally, I'm not a big Seth Rogen fan.
Not generally. Pineapple.
But in this one,
about my
that's the one of the one movie I do like, and that's about it. But this one, it the way that they wrote Donkey Kong out, it fit perfect for him. It just absolutely fit perfect for him. And so yeah, I'll say if you're a fan of Mario, definitely watch it. It would definitely watch it. Yeah, because even with Luigi was there, and they had a Luigi's Haunted Mansion sequence. And so yeah, that was that was great. That was great. And again, like I said, no, go ahead.
Since we're talking video game shows and movies, let's talk about some of the things that are coming up.
Yeah. All right.
I'll throw some titles out there, and you give me your thoughts. Okay, so first of all, I'm not sure about this one. How do you make a movie about it? Minecraft, the movie, to be released April 4th, 2025.
I don't know about that. Listen, if they said April 1st, then I know obviously it's a joke.
All right. Did you see Five Nights at Freddy's first one?
I've not seen it.
It's weird.
I'm not sure if I want to see it.
I only have the movie to base it on. It's weird.
I'm I haven't seen it. I'm not sure if I really want to see it yet. I mean, it looks all right, but I don't know. I did like Twisted Metal. I wasn't sure if I was going to like that. I did like Twisted Metal.
I haven't seen that one. I've played the game. Yeah, I've never seen that. Never seen that movie, so I'll have to check that out. Street Fighter is getting a reboot. Comes out next year in March.
If it's done right.
Without Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah. Like, I didn't like the live action movie. Like, not at all. I did not. The cartoon series on USA, absolutely horrendous. The anime that came out, I want to say like a year after the series, that was amazing.
Okay, I've never seen that, so I'll have to check that out.
So
put that on my notes here. Things I can check out.
So
Street Fighter anime, you said?
Yes, it's Street Fighter 2 anime. It's an anime version of it.
Well, I mean, obviously Street Fighter 2. Does anyone really remember Street Fighter?
Kind of, sort of.
Not really.
Kind of, sort of.
Sort of, but not really, and also trying to forget.
Well, I mean, it's not really one to forget because characters in Street Fighter also in Street Fighter 2. It's just that Street Fighter 2 was just better. It just looked better. It just flowed better. It's just the game controls just a lot better. Visually it was a lot better, and it was just better. And then it had 2 series on. No, it didn't. It was only one that was on YouTube. A live action series is Street Fighter Assassin's Fist.
Okay.
That was really good, and that was live action, and that focused more on Ken and Ryu doing their training, and
it's
something about that. But
now, Ken and Ryu. So
that was really good.
But they were the main characters. Period.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're like, hey, let's bring in Jean-Claude Van Damme and have him play Guile. Who cared about Guile?
Guile,
The only good thing about that movie was Raul Julia and Bison.
That was about it, but still. Raul Julia, that was the wrong movie for him. I'm sorry, that was the wrong movie for him. For me,
he'll always be Gomez Adams.
It's always going to be Gomez Adams.
Mm-hmm. Again,
and
rest in peace, sir.
Rest in peace, Raul.
Too many people gone.
But there was that one, and the one that also I got mixed feelings about. This one was Mortal Kombat.
The newest version movie.
Yeah, the newest one
with my crush Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yes.
As was he Sub-Zero?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. That's right, Scorpion.
Yeah.
He killed Sub-Zero in the fight.
Yep. So.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Again, I have mixed feelings about that. It wouldn't have been bad if they didn't try to bring in a new character that has never been in the game. Was that Cole character, which is he's a descendant of Scorpion, in which I was thinking, and I'm pretty sure along with anybody else that watched the movie was thinking, was that he was going to be he was going to be Scorpion. For some reason that, Scorpion would take over his body and he would become Scorpion, and then that's Scorpion. Nope. No. Couldn't have done that.
I would like to propose something to you right now, live on the air between me and you.
All right.
We've talked about how jumping the shark is the metaphor for when a show goes bad.
Yes.
Growing the beard is when a show gets good.
Correct.
How about for any show that wants to take an otherworldly story and change something that's not in the mythos.
Mhm.
We're going to call it Stop Coming to Earth.
Yes. Yes.
Stop coming to Earth. Stop bringing your mythological, otherworldly story to Earth, to some small town with the principal from Back to the Future as the only cop fighting everybody in town.
See, yes, small towns in Nebraska. Leave them the fuck out. Swear jar.
Stop it.
Just
Swear
stop.
to God. We get one a show. I already have.
Said just stop. Said just stop. Okay, just stop.
Stop it.
Like, I mean, it.
If I learn tomorrow that there is a Legend of Zelda movie in the making to be announced for its release date, if they tell me that Link comes to Earth and visits small town Missouri to recover its Triforce,
I'm done.
Blasted here. I'm out. I'm out.
Said I'm
out.
Instantly done. Because the second it crosses over into the real world, I'm checked out. I've already checked out. That's part of the reason why I'm kind of on the whole thing about with Sonic movies. I don't like the aspect of they bringing it to Earth.
Exactly.
You know, that I don't like.
Different world.
All right, yeah.
They're enjoyable, but they're not great. I'm telling you, The Legend of Zelda needs to be made Peter Jackson style.
Yes.
In the sense of Lord of the Rings, Ganon needs to be terrifying.
Yes.
Some bumbling idiot. He should be terrifying. Yes, we know in later versions of the game, they made Ganon from this giant pig demon.
Like a giant pig demon thing. Yeah.
To Ganondorf the wizard. But when I played A Link to the Past for the first time, and you're like, Ganondorf, that's not Ganon. And then at the end of the game, he transforms into the giant pig demon beast thing.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. That fight scene was epic.
Yes. And here's the thing. If we had something like that you could easily see, okay, Ganondorf the wizard, and, you know, oh yeah, he's tall and muscular and this and that, and he's the pretty boy version. And
he's evil, fine.
And he's pure evil. Okay, cool. And he gets into the fight with Link, and Link beats him. And then, blah, 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 he calls on his whole sorcery powers, and he becomes, you know, Ganondorf. And he gets, like, you know, 18 feet tall, and, you know, just insanely
lizard pig demon thing.
Yeah.
Just devastates. And it doesn't even have to be a transformation. It could be a demon that's possessing him.
Right. And just makes him, yeah.
Like,
just something.
I'm sorry. I was married at the time. I stayed up with my ex-wife all night long playing that game until we beat it. And I remember her sitting on the couch, because we kept passing back and forth, play different, didn't have levels, but different parts of the game. And when the final boss battle came, she gave me the controller. And I just remember her screaming and yelling and cheering me on while I'm fighting. Well, I'm terrified fighting this freaking demon pig thing, like freaking out. And you know, I had a little fun after I won the game too. So I got rewarded for my good deeds. But anyway,
hey.
Come on. That was awesome. Do not bring Link to Earth.
No, don't do that. Don't.
We're going to revolt. We'll revolt.
No. Keep Link in Hyrule. Keep Link in Hyrule. There's plenty of parts in Hyrule that you could do that are just way remote out. That could look like it could look like Nebraska. But it's, you know, this remote part of Hyrule that Link has to train in order to beat Ganon.
Carico Village. We don't even need Kansas. Just go to Carico Village. They got chickens and farmers and windmills and things.
Absolutely.
It doesn't need to have big. It doesn't need to have. They don't need to have like station wagons and minivans.
Like why?
Come on.
Why? Oh, because probably some jackass will think, oh, you know what'd be funny? You know what'd be funny? Seeing Link driving a car.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. You know what? If you need comedy, how about just give him a Goron sidekick?
Yes.
Keep him in Hyrule.
Yes.
I mean, the Gorons were kind of goofy, but they were also cool. Like, this guy's kind of dumb, but he's also made of rock, and he'll smash your face.
Yeah. I mean, boom, right there. I mean,
but we're running out of time, so let's. I'm gonna go down the list. I'll pick a few titles. So apparently,
yes.
Super Mario Brothers is getting a sequel. It's already in development. Will be out next year.
Yeah, the way it ended, it definitely, it ended on where it could on a sequel. Yeah.
Okay.
Not really on a cliffhanger, but it ended to where if it didn't have a sequel, it's fine. But if it did have a sequel, then that's great. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
We already talked about it. Legend of Zelda is currently in production. I'm all for that. Gears of War from Xbox. Depends on how you do it.
That depends.
A good game with a good story, but I mean, it's got to be violent.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be
aggressive. And
I mean, even if even if it doesn't stick, absolutely close to the game, but it tells something that, let's say, a story that is heavily inspired by the game, or something that could be itself a game. I'm cool with that.
Right, but Phoenix should be the main character.
Absolutely.
Don't make it
yes.
Bob Smith and be like, just reference Phoenix off screen or something. No, Phoenix is the main character.
Or just don't make it Bob Smith and say like, Phoenix is raiding away in orders, or no.
Or Bob Smith was inspired by the character of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Don't inspire. Just
said no.
I've got to make a new character all myself. I'll just no, you don't. Character is there.
Yes.
He's got a personality developed over multiple games.
Yes. So you don't need to bring somebody else in, but yeah. Next one.
This one is close to my heart. Ghost of Tsushima, which is a fictional retelling of the first Mongol invasion of Japan, when the samurai fiefdoms of the time fought back. It's also based in a time period. The game itself is a pseudo retelling or fictional retelling of the birth of the ninja. You have a samurai warlord who is defeated in battle. His country is being overtaken by Mongol invaders, and he resorts to less than honorable methods to defeat the enemy. Be it sneaking around, stabbing people in the back, throwing shurikens at them, smoke bombs, and killing everybody in the mist, and all. Dude, ninja shit.
Right.
It better have an all Japanese cast. I don't want to see you don't have to add an American actor. I know Last Samurai is loosely based on a real person who went, but we don't need to have again, Bob Smith show up I'm just here to help out with this game because we need an American English white guy to appeal to audiences. No, you don't. Shogun showed you already on Hulu.
You can have.
You don't need, even though there's an American in the show.
But even still, you can have that cast and be successful.
Okay, so let's shoot down the list here real quick. We're getting a Mortal Kombat 2 sequel.
Okay, all right. I'm on the fence about it. The only thing here's the thing, I like them, but the only part of it I didn't like was the new character of Cole, because if it wasn't for him, the movie would be fine. I like the movie, it's just it didn't need that extra character.
We didn't need Cole any more than we needed Christopher Lambert to be Raiden.
Yes.
In the original.
It's movie. Don't really need
Asian
that.
Face. What is that? Asian face? Is that what you call that? He was
a
white dude playing the Japanese god of thunder.
It's
what?
The math ain't mathing on that one.
It ain't mathing. Okay.
But
I don't know how you feel about this one. I actually like the movie, Detective Pikachu 2.
I like Detective Pikachu. I surprisingly like that. I wasn't sure if. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I just went down a random whim. I saw it just scrolling, and I think I saw it was on HBO Max at the time. I think, and
that's where I saw it. Yeah, on HBO.
I was like,
you know what? Long after it was out of the theaters, and I was like,
yeah.
And you know me, I'm like, oh god, it's Ryan Reynolds, damn it.
I was like,
I watched it. I'm like, wow, this movie's actually fun.
Yeah.
It's actually fun.
So I was like, well, it's Ryan Reynolds. I like Deadpool, so I'll try it and see. And I surprisingly liked it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna see
I'm
how.
forward to that too. The Sims. How do you make a movie about? Is this just a movie about people living their lives? Isn't that what The Sims is? It's like, hey, I'm playing a game where people are living life.
I mean, they kind of did something like that in the movie. What movie is that? Gamer with oh gosh, what's his name? He played Leonidas in 300. Let me see.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Oh my gosh, Gerald Butler.
Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler. That's it. Yes. Gerard Butler. Yes, that kind of did something like that in that movie, because part of the game, the game that was there was it was almost like a Sims type of thing, but it was these people that can literally control other people in a specific area. So
yeah, and it kind of like, I mean, isn't that the whole premise of the movie The Truman Show with Jim Carrey?
yeah, it's
like dude living his life.
I don't know.
As far as movies go, though, the only other one I can see that I've never played. Well, they're doing a Silent Hill sequel called Return to Silent Hill.
Okay.
The first one was whatever. I don't like horror games, movies, so I don't really watch that sort of stuff. BioShock, never played it. I don't know, but I know it's popular. So that's a movie coming.
I've never played it, so I don't know. I'd have to play it, and if I want to watch it, I play it so I can give it a fair assessment. Otherwise, I'll say, "Oh, the movie's great," when in reality, compared to the game, it sucks. So,
right. Now, as far as TV shows coming from in 2025 and beyond, I'll give you a quick rundown of the list, and you give me ones that strike you as like, wow, I like this.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, we got Fallout on Amazon. There, season 2 is coming. The Witcher season 4 and 5 is coming. God of War TV show is coming. Mass Effect TV show is coming. I'm excited about that. Devil May Cry, Twisted Metal season 2, Assassin's Creed, and Castlevania Nocturne season 2.
Definitely excited for God of War and Devil May Cry. Because
Devil May Cry was pretty cool.
Because Devil May Cry, that's one of my favorite series of games. Same with God of War. So I'm definitely looking forward to those two.
I haven't bought the new God of War yet for my PlayStation. My kid keeps telling me, get that game. I hear it's amazing. I hear the newest one is amazing. So, for someone who plays Red Dead Redemption 2, Arkham series of games, and Mass Effect over and over and over and over again, I need something new.
Well, I mean, you look at it, somebody that that switches between Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto 5. So I need something new.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is on my menu also. I have Skyrim sitting in my the disc.
Mm-hmm.
I need to play it. I started it one time. I went into a cave. I got turned into a vampire, and I was like, "Oh, this kind of screwed everything up." Being a vampire is cool and all, but it really limits my gameplay. And I've been told by other people who play it, like, "Yeah, don't go into the vampire cave right at the beginning. Maybe don't do that." I want to fight dragons.
I mean,
I love fantasy games. The fact that I haven't beaten that game is surprising to me. Not just to me, but to others. This is right up your alley, girl. It's right up your alley. It's what you love. Why aren't you playing this game?
It's like, I don't understand. Like it like the math should math, but why is it not mathing? The math should math.
Yeah, it's not math. It's not math.
But yeah, I'm definitely.
Are they ever going to do Skyrim 2, or would it be Elder Scrolls 6?
It'll be Elder Scrolls 6. So that's been in the works since 2019. I've heard things here and there about Elder Scrolls 6 coming out, next year. It's coming out next year.
2026 or later is the current prediction. It is in development for Windows and Xbox platforms.
Yeah, I believe it. From the way that it's been talked about, the simple fact is saying that it's debatable between that and Grand Theft Auto 6, which one is going to be the biggest open world RPG. So
I know GTA 6 is supposed to be big.
Yeah.
I mean, GTA 5 is big.
Yeah.
Like driving around the whole map, it takes a minute, even at high speed.
So
RDR2 has a big open world map, but it's not as big as you think it is. It's just because you're on horseback and you can't get anywhere really fast.
Yeah, so it just seems a lot bigger than what it actually is. Yeah. And same thing with Skyrim. Like it's big. It's definitely big, but if you're going across on horse, not that much, but but if you're walking and you're running, then it takes a while.
It takes way longer, right? Like it would probably take, I don't know how long, 30 minutes to an hour to run from one corner of the Red Dead Redemption map to the other, like on foot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I've never tried it, and I wouldn't want to because I get bored. But yeah, I'm anxious to see GTA 6. I've only ever played 5. I've played it multiple times, beat it multiple times. I love that game, so I'm excited for 6.
Mm-hmm.
RDR 3, if we ever get one, maybe 10 years down the road when I'm like, somewhere, like I can play it. Like, look at me riding a horse. Anyway,
Look, I'm thinking out. I'm going to be in a nursing home by the time Elder Scrolls 6 comes out.
Probably. But anyway, that does bring us to the end of this show. We thank everyone for listening on YouTube, on gcpr.live, and the show will be available on Apple and Spotify podcasts. After the show, next week, we're going to review the Doomsday Machine. I'm looking forward to this one. It's one of my favorite episodes. It's in my top 5 of original Star Trek episodes. Can't wait for that. Second hour topic to be determined. We don't know yet. We play it by ear.
So we figure it out.
Gilbert will say something to me on Thursday or Friday, or I'll say something to him. We'll be like, second hour topic? Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's how we roll. So we'll keep you surprised because we're going to be as surprised as you are.
Say yes. See, you all are on a ADH ride as right along with us. We have no idea where we're going either.
Power Rangers right here is what we are.
You on the same ride as us. We have no idea where we're going.
Right. No, we deal with it when we get there. But as always, I'm going to pass over to Gilbert to get us out of here. And we'll see you tonight on the Villain Suit.
All right, everybody, take care. Live long and prosper. Keep your triple spade and neuter. We'll see you tonight.